Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. No, you're not crazy. It has in fact been a month or more since I have posted anything. There was no TBR game for March, so I am so sorry on that one. I know I said I might be gone for like a few days, and then that few days turned into like a month and a half, and here we are. Long story short, I did start my new job. It is going great. I only work part-time though, so like that's not hurting my filming. However, at pretty much the same time that I started my new job, my brother-in-law's girlfriend, and he lives with us, she also essentially moved in. I say essentially because it's not official, apparently, but she hasn't left in almost 2 months, so basically she lives here, and we have almost identical work schedules, so I'm hardly ever home alone anymore. Like, hardly ever. And I do not have a door on my office, and I hate filming in front of people, so finding time to film has honestly just been such a struggle. And I think I'm kind of starting to figure it out a little bit better now. I just have to be really on top of like making sure when I have the time. I can't wait for motivation anymore, because when I am here is when things have to happen. We're gonna work on it, and hopefully it improves. My goal is 1 video a week right now. If I can just get to 1 video a week, I will be happy. So I actually might have 2 videos this week. One of them might have already been posted if I did the things that I was supposed to do. So hopefully you saw that. If you didn't and I didn't post it, somebody yell at me. So as far as TBR game goes, I ended up having 2 whole months to read the books for February. Did I read them all? No, I did not. Have I been reading much at all? No, I have not. Do I have an excuse for that? Absolutely not. Concentration levels have just been like gone. I don't know where they've gone. I don't know if and when they're coming back. Yeah, that whole audiobook run I had in January, gone. I'm doing my best over here, but let's take a look at the books that I was supposed to read all the way back in February and see how many of them I didn't read, and then you can judge me accordingly. So here's the stack. We did have 1 ebook, which was The Obelisk Gate, the second book in the Broken Earth trilogy, and I did read that one. I'm actually halfway through the 3rd one now, so like I'm doing okay. Then we had Thistlefoot, which I did read and actually really enjoyed. I'm pretty sure that was for February. I'm like 99% sure that I read that in February and not January, but if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Then we had 5 Survive. I did read that. We had The Goal. Did not read that. Invisible Girl I got like 70% of the way into as an audiobook, and I didn't intend to DNF it. Like, I had every intention of finishing it. I wasn't not liking it, but I put the audiobook down and never picked it back up. The puzzle that I was working on is still sitting on my coffee table like 3.5 weeks later. So like I want to finish it, but at this point I probably need to start over because I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened in it. Not gonna count that one, but an attempt was made, and it wasn't technically DNF'd. It just was DNF'd. So, but not on purpose. Then we had Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which I have been saying I am so excited to read for so long, and I did not read it. So we're trying. We really are, I promise. But that didn't happen. Then we had the entirety of the Cruel Prince series, including the new book, The Stolen Heir. I didn't touch any of them. So there's that. We did also have Hellbent. That's the one that I have in the other room. I am halfway through that one. I am annotating it, and I also annotated Ninth House, which hopefully is the video that I posted right before this one. I hope. But if not, there's a Ninth House vlog coming and a Hellbent vlog coming, and I'm really excited because I freaking love Hellbent. I'm like 75-80% of the way through. I can't wait to finish it. As soon as I finish this video, that is what I am going to do. I'm not even going to bother to give you stats for February and March because they're not looking good. Not looking good at all, but we need to set up the board, and we're gonna need some punishments, and I don't know, do I do a punishment for every single book I didn't read? I mean, I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. Those are the rules. Let's start by setting up the board, and then we'll see what happens. Before we get into the game setup, I actually do have an announcement that I really want to make sure y'all hear, because I've had so many people ask me about this, and I wanted to do it for March. Obviously that did not happen, so we are shooting for April. I am doing a buddy read for Outlander. I have had multiple people asked me to restart my buddy reads on my Discord, and I really want to, and I want to do it. Maybe, I haven't decided if I'm going to do every month or every other month. We'll just kind of see how it plays out as I'm trying to kind of figure out my new schedule and all of that. But we are going to be buddy reading Outlander, and I am going to be annotating it, and I will be posting all of my annotations in the Discord. So if you would like to join us for April and read Outlander and see all my annotations, if you want to annotate it with me or whatever, I will have the link to my Discord down below. I will have information in the Discord about like posting schedule or reading schedule and all of that, and it's gonna be great. I am so excited for this. I have been wanting to do this forever, and it is time. It is time. All right, so here's the board. I have set it up. Here is the iPad that is dead. Of course it's dead. Okay, so new plan, because my iPad is dead and I quite honestly just do not have the time to go wait for it to charge even a little bit, and I don't have an outlet close enough to me right now. So we're gonna wing it, and it's gonna be fine. We're gonna make it work because I only have like an hour until I am no longer home alone and I have to stop filming. And this video takes a really long time to film. So let's go ahead and start with the hard prompts, I guess. All right, so we're gonna start with hard prompts, which is my red marker. And what we're gonna do is I am just going to roll one of these, and I'm gonna put a red dot every 5 spaces. That's what I'm gonna do. So we'll put one on 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then we don't put one on 30 because it's the last spot. And then we'll do, let's do TBR treats next. There's one TBR treat that I want to add that I forgot to add. Maybe I'll add it before we actually play. We'll put one every 6 spots for TBR treats. Okay, so 6, 12, 18, 24. Then we'll have challenge prompts. Oh dear. Good thing I know how to count by 3s, because that's a lot of challenge spots. And then last up we will have our free picks every 4. I actually think that worked out like fairly decently. I wasn't really sure how that would work without my number generator, but I'm not mad about it. Now we need to do our punishments, and there are going to be a lot. So let's count up the books that I didn't read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 if we count Invisible Girl, which I feel like we should since I didn't actually finish it. This will be fun. Okay, so we need 8 punishments. Cool. Honestly, like, I don't feel bad about giving myself this many punishments. Like, I have no sympathy for myself because I had 2 months to read these books. Not just 1. I had 2. And I still didn't read them. So, honestly, I deserve it. Remove a TBR treat. Okay, those are yellow. Let's remove this one. Unhaul a book. Okay, I'm gonna have to like do that in a minute. So we need to unhaul 1 book. Let me write that down. I deserve it. 3rd punishment. Add a hard prompt. I don't know. We're gonna take like the total from both of these dice. I don't even, that's my hair. I don't even know what these are, but it's fine. 7 and 3, so 10. So we add another hard prompt on spot 10. Okay. Spot's gonna suck. Okay, that was our 3rd punishment. This is our 4th. Remove another TBR treat. I'm not gonna get any TBR treats this month, and I'm gonna be really sad about it. Let's take this one since there's 3 on that spot. 5. I'm really not gonna have any TBR treats left. Add another hard prompt. 1 and 1, so on spot 2. Okay. At least there's no other dots on that spot. Was that 6 or 7? I don't remember, so we're just gonna do one more. Add a challenge prompt, I think? It's like right on the edge, but I think it's slightly on to add a challenge prompt. But not really, like it's literally right in the middle. We're just gonna spin again. I'm glad we spun again. We're just gonna take it. We're gonna roll with it. We have one TBR treat left on the board, and that makes me really sad because I just filled up my jar of viewer recommendations, and now the chances of us getting any are like slim to none. All right, well, the board is set up. It is what it is. So let's go. All right, roll number 1. Oh, that went like way off the board. It was a 5. It's a 5. Okay, that is a hard prompt. Because of course it is. What else would it possibly be? We don't do easy things in this game. An author with the same last initial as you. Okay. Okay, so our first prompt was a hard prompt. And we got an author with the same last initial as you. My last name starts with an M, and that was a little bit difficult. Actually, it was incredibly difficult. And after going through pretty much every book I own that I haven't read, I found one book with an author whose last name starts with an M. So I guess we will be reading Beautiful Disaster, because I don't get a say in that apparently. Cool. Yeah, I know that this is like a good girl, bad boy romance. I have heard extremely controversial things about it, but I have also had multiple people tell me that they loved it. So I'm nervous, but curious. And I do love me a good bad boy. So I guess it's time that we read this. I've heard good things, but I've also heard bad things. So we will see how this goes. I might annotate it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Okay, roll number 2. Is that a 6? That is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that's just a regular picture prompt. A standalone. Okay, something that's not part of a series. That's actually kind of hard for me. Okay, I said this one was hard, but like, it's more just hard to choose. So next one is standalone. So I have 3 options, and I actually don't know which one I'm going to pick yet. So we have The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, which I guess is about a marriage and like dark secrets and maybe a ghost somewhere in there. It's been described as a mix between Mexican Gothic and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So I'm intensely curious about it. I have not read either of those books, but I am very curious, and it is very pretty. We also have The Whispering Dark, which is another like horror paranormal-y type of thing. This one is YA, I think. We have a girl who can see ghosts and a boy who was killed at 9 years old who is a ghost. And bad things start happening from there, I guess. That's all I remember. And then we also still have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which I am so excited about. And this one is also very pretty. And this has been on my TBR every single month this year. So I don't know. I don't know which one to pick. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I am not looking, and I'm just going to keep mixing them up under here, and then just like whichever one. Okay, the universe has spoken. Emily Wilde it is. We need to actually like read it at some point, so that's fair. Alright, roll number 3. Oops. Well, a 5. I was about to move the die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a free pick. I can pick anything. I already know what I'm going with. For my next roll, we got a free pick, and I already know what I'm choosing. I hope I made the announcement at the beginning of this video, but I truly do not remember. But I will be reading Outlander. If you missed the announcement, or if I forgot to make it, this is going to be my buddy read for April. So if you would like to join me in reading this in my Discord, I will have that linked below. I have had so many people ask to read this book with me. It is my favorite book of all time. It is my favorite author of all time. I'm actually going to be annotating this month, so I'm going to be posting all of my annotations in the Discord, and that's going to be the only place that I post them. I am not going to do an annotation vlog for this book. It will be exclusive to the Discord, so if you would like to see that, if you would like to join in reading it, all of that will be linked down below. Please join. It's going to be super fun. I'm so excited. Next roll. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hard prompt and a free pick. So, like, on one hand, yay. On the other hand, ew. Alright, let's find our hard prompt. A genre you don't usually read. So the next roll, we have both a hard prompt and a free pick. For the hard prompt, we got a genre that I don't usually read. And fun fact about that, if I don't usually read the genre, I also don't usually buy the genre. So that was a little bit difficult, and I decided to go with horror because I don't read a lot of it. I have half of a shelf of horror books, and compared to the 2 whole cases of fantasy, horror is clearly not a genre that I read as often. So I'm going to go with The Whispering Dark. This is a YA. I'm classifying it in the horror genre, which is where I feel like it fits, but I don't really know for sure. I guess we'll find out. I do know that we have a girl who can see ghosts and a boy who was killed at 9 years old. And I guess he's a ghost now. For some reason, he's been ordered to stay far away from her. I don't know by who. I guess other people are dying and they have to like work together for something. I don't know. I'm really not sure. But I am curious about it, and I don't read a lot of horror, but I want to start reading more horror. Like, that's a genre I historically don't read a lot of, but have been more interested in recently, so I think this could be good. For my free pick, I'm gonna go with The Last Tale of the Flower Bride because I really want to read it, and since it didn't make the last cut, we're gonna throw this one on too, just for funsies. Okay, next roll. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wow, that brings us all the way to the end. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is our end spot thing. This one is supposed to be TBR treats, but I, in fact, have not written it there yet. I have not found my Sharpie, nor have I actually really looked for it. So, maybe someday, but let's see what we get. Challenge prompt, of course. Please don't be the start over one. Like, literally anything. Some of these actually don't work for an end spot, so, like, this could be really interesting. See, like, we can't do this one. Remove the next free spot ahead of you. We're at the end, so, like, we can't do that. So, we'll try again. Go back to the last challenge spot. I mean, I kind of saw that coming, so that's okay. That only sets us back like a couple, and then we'll be right back to the end. So, it's okay. It's okay. So we do need a picture prompt because that didn't give us a prompt. Let me move all of this out of my way. 5-star prediction. Okay, 5-star prediction, 5-star prediction. Let me think. Okay, so the next book that we got was a 5-star prediction. I hope this one's a 5-star, honestly. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the trope in this book, but it's part of a series and I gave every other book a 5-star. So, I'm gonna go with the goal. I'm not a huge fan of the trope in this book, but I have had a couple of people tell me that they are also not a huge fan of the trope and they still gave it 5 stars. So, we're gonna give it a shot and see how that goes. Which means we need to roll again. However, my phone has died. And I am going to run out of time. So, I am literally just going to tilt the camera down and the angle might not be amazing, but it's gonna be okay. Alright, so we should only have one more roll. Yeah, so that's a 9 in case y'all can't see it. I'm not even sure that it's focusing. I can't really see. But that puts us back at the end. So we will do our end spot again. Another challenge prompt. Of course. Can't do that one. It says roll to add a hard prompt space ahead of you. Okay, so now we just need... choose 2 books for the same prompt. Okay, I can do that. It's the last roll, and then we're done. So our first... actually, it's 1 prompt, 2 books. Has a prologue. 2 books that have a prologue. I can do that. Okay, I really hope that that angle and camera quality was not absolutely horrific. It probably was. So I needed 2 books with a prologue, and that was actually kind of difficult. So the first one that I found was Until You. This is book 1.5 of the Follow-away series. The first book is Bully, which y'all know I read and had very conflicted feelings about, but this is the same story from the guy's point of view. And I'm so intensely curious about it, and it does have a prologue, so I will be reading it. The second book is Imaginary Friend. This is a horror, and technically it has a prologue. Like, it's not called prologue, but it has this section at the beginning where it says, like, 50 years before, and then it has, like, a little pre-chapter before it gets to part 1. So, like, that's essentially a prologue. I'm counting it as a prologue. I know this is about a kid who, like, has an imaginary friend. Yeah, I guess it's a not so good imaginary friend. I don't know, but this book is kind of chunky, so I'm a little bit nervous, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And this stack got a little bit out of hand and a little bit bigger than I intended. So let's do a recap. Here are all of the books that I am supposed to read in April. So we have Imaginary Friend for a book with a prologue, and Until You, also for a book with a prologue. The goal is a 5-star prediction, I hope. The Last Tale of the Flower Bride was a free pick, and The Whispering Dark was a genre I don't usually read, so that's a horror. Outlander was also a free pick, and don't forget about the buddy read. Please please join the Discord. It will be linked below. I am so excited. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies was a standalone. And Beautiful Disaster was an author with the same last initial as me. So, I really hope April goes better than February and March. We will give it our best shot. That's the TBR game. In other news, 1, don't forget about the Outlander read-along. Please join. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. 2, I do have another annotation vlog coming for Hellbent very soon. Hopefully I have already posted 9th House. If I haven't, that one's also coming before Hellbent. I'm doing my best here. Thirdly, next bit of news is I do think that some content on this channel is going to be changing a little bit. Not really changing, more adding things. I have a couple of projects that I'm working on that I am almost ready to share, and I just feel like we need some more content here. Only books is not currently working for my lifestyle, so might start throwing some other things in there, and y'all can let me know what you like and what you don't like. I will do my best to get this video out on time, and I will see y'all hopefully within a week or less. If not, feel free to yell at me in the comments and remind me to get my crap together. I never unhauled a book, did I? I did not. Okay, so I have a paperback copy way above me up on the top shelf of Where the Heart Is, and I just recently thrifted a hardback copy. So I'm getting rid of the paperback copy because I don't need it anymore. And that's not cheating. It's not. I promise. I'm still unhauling a book. I am getting rid of a book. That counts for the punishment. Okay, so that's all I got. Have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!